When you think of dangerous sports, which one comes to mind first? Skiing between densely packed pine trees on incredibly steep slopes? Or is it extreme surfing on a 50-foot wave? Base jumping? Well, all of these are valid answers. But we bet there is one sport you've probably never heard of that could give any of those a run for its money. Hello, and welcome to Curiosity Factor. Today, we're exploring the dangerous sport of extreme ironing. So, let's get started. In a nutshell, extreme ironing is considered both an extreme sport and a performance art. It involves people taking ironing boards to unusual locations and ironing items of clothing. The sport was created by Phil Shaw of Leicester, England in 1997. A disgruntled Phil came home one day wanting to do anything other than iron his clothes. As a rock climbing enthusiast, Shaw decided to spice up his chores by doing his ironing outside. When his befuddled roommate asked what he was doing, Shaw reportedly replied, "Extreme ironing," and the sport was birthed. Shaw took his newfound passion on a global tour in 1999, travelling around the world to places like the United States, South Africa, and New Zealand, which helped grow extreme ironing. In 2003, the first Extreme Ironing World Championships took place in Germany. A documentary crew followed the British team's efforts to win, which further propelled the sport's popularity. There's still some debate over whether this is a real athletic event or just an activity for thrill seekers that lightly pokes fun at the idea of a sport. However, it has its own committee, the Extreme Ironing Bureau, and has a world championship, so it counts. Believe it or not, the Extreme Ironing Bureau has set some rules and regulations in relation to what constitutes extreme ironing in the first place. To begin with, you can't be ironing anywhere you'd expect such activity to take place. But feel free to iron in the middle of a Category 5 hurricane or while rafting. The sensibilities are limited only by how adventurous and creative the participants are. But for it to be considered extreme ironing, the ironing board must be at least 1 meter long and 30 centimeters wide, and it must have legs. No plastic irons are allowed, and the clothes to be ironed have to be bigger than a regular tea towel. So with the few rules of this sport explained, let's see the most extreme places people have ironed. Back in 2003, 3 men ironed a Union Jack above the Everest Base Camp. At an altitude of 5,440 meters, this is the unofficial record for extreme ironing's highest peak. Speaking of high altitudes, a New Zealand man hiked the top of Mount Ruapehu, which is an active volcano, and then decided he has some chores to do there. He ironed a button-down shirt at the top of the active volcano, while 80-mile-per-hour winds bore down on him. This sport was also taken from the highest points to well below sea level. In 2008, 72 divers set the world record when they all ironed simultaneously underwater. But that record would be broken just a year later, in 2009, when 86 divers accomplished that same feat. And 2 years later, that record was blown out of the water, when a Dutch diving club managed 173 ironers at the same time. Still staying below the surface, an Italian man decided to see how long he can go. He went to Italy's deepest pool and proceeded to iron at 138 feet underwater. And if you think traffic cannot be extreme, then just know an Englishman ironed on London's busy M1 motorway. He must have really needed that shirt crease free. And if you're an adrenaline junkie or simply just want to try a new hobby, all while feeling like you're productive, you can try it too. All you need is an ironing board, a portable iron, and some wrinkled clothes and you're good to go. There aren't any particular restrictions to where you can go, but you might want to consider documenting your efforts if you want people to believe you're a true extreme ironer. Where would you take your ironing board to? Let us know the craziest, most unusual places you can think of. And if you enjoy learning interesting and fun facts, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Also click that bell icon so you can be notified each time we post something new. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again in our next video.